Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, and the loving audience, all beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I, Ms. Nada Ratkovic, IIU Board Member, Country Director, IIU Croatia, the President of Research Center, IIU, welcome you all to the third International Research Storytelling Conference, IRSC 2022, the day one, which is going to be held from today till 28 December 2022. The recent trends toward research storytelling is very important for making any research, finding out what is known, what is not, and what we can develop further. So the role of the storytelling is really vital, and IIU Research Center supports the existence of it in science, research, technology, innovation, and all the studies. So our lives are filled with storytelling, and researchers by heart always know and have a special story. So today, learn the art of storytelling to research stories, select, develop, figure, understand, ask, and remember. Select a meaningful story, develop your story, figure out the structure, understand how you have changed by the end, ask yourself if you are ready to share the story. First, let me introduce our great organizer. International Internship University is a leading virtual education system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well-reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs, and it is committed to provide better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional cost and providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses and internships to their e-learners across the globe with the help of its 1,000 plus global educators. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, sir, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. The sky is the limit for his dedication and hard work. IIU has formed its 4 councils, namely Women Entrepreneurs Council, International Student Development Council, Youth Development Council, Council of the Educators. And the main objective behind the councils is to provide support in every respect to the students, youths, women entrepreneurs, and educators. So be the change with IIU. IIU Research Center is a unique hub establishment, and it gives an opportunity to the researchers, authors, educators, students, and scholars across the globe and enhances the research opportunities, academic excellence, real-world problem solving, and knowledge creation and dissemination. The high-caliber global educators team is dedicated to it. Research Center is a careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or problem using scientific methods. I, Professor Nada Ratkovic, as a president of IIU Research Center, thinks if you have ever thought about how would be the world without education, research, science, innovation, technology, or any development of anything, then the IIU Research Center is the right place for you. But today, after yesterday, after a big convocation, after a big symposium of awards, honorary doctorates, so many awards yesterday from IIU mentors, edu leaders, educational and honorary doctorates. And today we are here in amazing session with an amazing guest. First, it's my honor to introduce who I have in this session today. I have first an amazing lady. She is so smart. She's so clever. She's a hard worker. She's a social activist, and she's an amazing academician and science. She is Professor Dr. Huma Shah, a professor of pathology, a neurological researcher, the assistant professor of pathology at the International Research Institute of Diagnostic Diseases on the Faculty of Science of the University of the Health Science. Welcome, great Professor Dr. Kumar Shah. I'm really honored to have you here today with me after Christmas. Yesterday was a Christmas. So first I want to wish to each one a Merry Christmas, a Merry and blessed Christmas and all the holidays which are coming till the new year and a great new year. Welcome, Professor Dr. Kumar. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, first of all, respected Honorable Nada. Today, I'm very happy for being here again on the platform of IIU. Yes, yesterday was Christmas, and I wish all the people a very happy Christmas to you, and in advance, a very, very happy New Year to all of you. May God bless all of his blessings upon you all. Amen. So this is Professor Dr. Huma Shah, as already Nada has described each and everything very beautifully. And this is a quality of our respected Professor Nada, that she brief each and every point in a very realistic way, so that every listeners can easily understand. So thank you so much, Nada, for inviting me over here. And I am very excited to share my research story in front of you all today.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Professor Dr. Huma. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you for being here in this great session. So, what will we say about our great Professor Dr. Huma? She has so many things that I think if I start today, I will not finish till tomorrow. A professor, a global peace ambassador, a managing director of Global Trainer Academy, the co-founder of GCN, a researcher, international mental health trainer, consultant, global certified educationist, author, national international awardee, achiever that 80 plus honorary doctorate degrees, international transformation speaker, she's coming from Pakistan and she's fulfilling her passionate duties less from 14 years. And Professor Dr. Huma, please, I want to first ask you, so amazing CV. I see so many recognitions, awards, Global Educationist Award, Best Psychologist Award, Best Emerging Director of the Year, so many participation certificates, appreciations, Humble Excellence Award, Women Achievement Award, and every day, if you are following our great Professor Dr. Huma, you will see every day a training session, every day a workshop, every day she is receiving awards. So, Dr. Huma, who inspired you to become a researcher? Why a researcher? How do you get your much interest to be in the medicine, in the health, in the neurological researcher?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nada, first of all. I would like to start in a way that I am belongs to very professional, like I am an author as well. I am a consultant of mental health training as well. I am an educationist as well. I am doing as a neurological researcher duties, and I am also doing my lectures as a professor of pathology to MBBS student. But besides these all, every professional and every field has some sort of different story. But today we are only discussing about the research story. And you know what? I would like to share my thing that I have never planned anything in my life. Everything happened by their own way. I don't know why and why it had happened, but maybe this is a clear message to all of our listeners that only God has created the better for you. You cannot think better than God. So God has only the power who creates you, who thinks about you, who creates and plans a good things for you. And the thing what really inspired me to become a researcher is maybe some of the people may start laughing, or maybe they get confused that what Professor Dr. Huma is saying, but yes, it's true. And I would like to give a motivational message from my statement that if I can, that you can also. Because my inspiration, and when I was planning to become a researcher, so at that point, I really don't want to become a researcher. Even when I became an author, I didn't want to become an author. When I was studying my doctorate degree, I didn't want to become a doctor, but I am today. So the most important thing and the first point, the first dotted point of my life from where I started my research is about a stone. Yes, it's maybe look differently that what is stone, but yes, stone inspired me to start researching, because when I got to know that there are some sort of very precious stones in this universe and God has created some different precious stones for us. So my thinking was about, as I was a pathologist, I really wanted to discover new things, to create new things, to research on new things. So I had to know that what is the difference between the gemstone and a normal stone, because stone are stone. So how can we differentiate the two different stones? So on that point, I started learning about stones. Even that was not related to my field, but still I started learning about stones, that what are the stones, what are the classifications of stones. And I started research on stones. Then I get to know that, okay, there are so many precious stones other than diamonds as well. We have so many things, we have so many chemical compositions, we have so many chemical compounds in it, and we can relate to our life. So that was a very, very interesting point of my life when I get to know that only the stone can lead you towards research. And that was a very inspiring point of my life. So the stone actually inspired me to start researching on things. This is might be something different, maybe.
This is so great, a stone. Who will think that? Because sometimes people say she's hard like a stone. But I think that really, like you explained to us, that the stone is something that is made really for the researching. Because coming from a stone, and so many stones, and you say diamonds, and not this type of the stones. So great, Dr. Huma, really great. See how you start.
Yeah, actually, and that I was actually loving to read about the stones. And even I didn't think at that point that I will become neurological researchers in the future. I didn't knew about it that I will become at one point about neurological researcher. At that point, I was only start researching on the stones. And afterwards, when I study about the chemical compositions, which is actually find out in the stone. So then I started learning biochemistry to understand the chemical compositions. So I start researching on biochemistry, and I start researching on that. When I start researching on biochemistry, then I get to know that how many chemical reactions are running in our inside our body. So then I started to study about mental health and mindset and neurological problem. And then I entered into the neurology field. And now in front of you, neurological researcher. So it's a long chain. You can say when you have a good aim and when you have a good soul to encourage someone to start and build up and to create a new history in your life or in your circle, then you must have to start from any point what you have. It's not necessary that you have to invest the money to become a researcher. It's not necessary that you have to invest thousands of dollars to become some sort of position holder, student, or a personality, but you must have the passion to start your work.
Yes, because you like it, you like that, and but I'm sure that something more inspire you for that stone. Maybe like a little kid. Did you think about that? Did you investigate when you were little? Because when someone asks me, Nada, why are you also in the field of engineering, computing? Till my friends were playing with dolls, Nada was always making some kinds of programs, writing, doing. So that was my interest. So from the like a little child, I started to do that. And now I continue. And it is really my love. That is really my love. So Dr. Huma, what is the correlation between that stone and our health? I'm sure that there is a big correlation.
Yeah, it's a wonderful correlation between the chemical bonding relations and all these things. On a very first sight, when I was, and the most interesting part I would like to share that I was started this thing when I was in 10th standard only. About the stone, what the story I'm telling you right now. I was just about 13 years old, and this is the story of that time when I was 13 years old. That's a long time ago. But yes, I agree with your statement. I am also a very investigation type person. When I was a child, I wanted to become a police officer or army officer and something like officer. Who wants to investigate everything, who wants everything that what is happening and what is the reason behind all these things. But maybe I am not army or a police officer today because God has decided something more beautiful than that thing. So this is a correlation when I get to know about that some of the stones has a very powerful chemical composition, which can give you positive vibes, which can stimulate your hormones into your body. Like I can show you, if you can see in my finger that I am
Yes,
wearing blue sapphire. It's
yes,
a blue
so beautiful.
sapphire. Yeah, it's a below sapphire, and it is helping me to be positive because how I am answering you in a scientific way, not in any other general way. Scientifically, it has been proven by the approved American Association researchers that the sapphires has the chemical compounds and composition which can stimulate your happy hormones, which can stimulate your serotonin hormones, which can make you happy. So now tell me, what is more beautiful that make you happy, that make you calm, that make you beautiful? Inside beautiful is very much important rather than to look beautiful. To feel beautiful is very important rather than to make over on your face and just go and sit it in front of your camera.
Yes,
I think the most passionate thing is to understand the basic correlation between the bonding. And I think, Nada, that the God has given all the things, all the prosperities, all the happiness, and all the tips and tricks in this world. The only things that we have to identify, we have to recognize, and we have to get the point that from where we get it from this. So this is actually the story of just a stone. Just imagine, it was very inspiring to my students as well, because I always give a message to my students that students, if I can start my journey from a stone, a single 2 carat small stone, so you have a lot of opportunities in today's era, right, Nada? Today's students has
Yes.
a lot of opportunities, a lot of global advisors, a lot of things in their life. They can do everything in a single step.
Yes, but they need to discover them, they need to investigate them on the time. And if they do that, that is, I can say that they are already then successful. They are already then successful. Professor Huma, you are really an inspiration. You are really inspiration. I like this story. This story is amazing. This story is really amazing. And now I'm already thinking about the stones, the colors, green colors. I love red, green, and I'm sure that each one stone has a message and a meaning for us. So why are we choosing the color, like example? Why the color is important?
Yeah, you know why? Because the color represents your nature. Like you just take example that you like green. You said that I like to wear the green. It's
Green
mean. Green
sapphire,
represents
sapphire is green, green stone.
green. Okay, so you know what? As a mental health trainer, I can give you the answer scientifically. Okay, why you like the green color? You like green color because you love peace. If you are a peaceful person, if you want to live peacefully in your life, and if you want everyone to be very engaged, to be very happy, to be very calm and peaceful with a peaceful mind, then you will go for green color. And we have also, God has also gifted us. I do not have right now, but I will show you, because I have the 100+ collection of stones. And the green color
Oh.
stone, maybe if you have heard it, that the emerald stone is of green color. And emerald stone has a lot of, and I could say plenty of chemical compositions of ammonium and sulfate. It will boost your immunity, it will give you, and it will flourish your skins, your mentality. It will help you to run new neurons in your brain, to stimulate your hypothalamus and running and working in your body. So you are a very peaceful person, Nada. That's why you love green color stone.
Um, yes, I really, the green is for me the most beautiful stone always. Dr. Huma, let me ask you something. Uh, you start your career as a researcher, then how do you think about it? Why you want to be also an educator? Because you can be on you can work you can work in the medicine field, as you said, a coach of the health, and so many works that you are doing. Why an educator?
Yeah, actually, this question something was very troubling me last before 2 years, but now I am very okay with this question, because I can give the responsibility of all this to my country, because when I was studying and I was selected as a medical student, so there were so many governmental and economical, social, cultural, so many deficits we have seen in our country at that point when I was studying in medical study. So to do so, it was very unfortunate that I had a very good command in my subjects, but unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to start practicing on things. And people, the senior persons who are still today at that position, and I am so far from that today, from them. But yes, at that position, people were very, I don't know what to say the specific word for them, but yes, this is also the reality of life, that when you have planned to move towards the sky, people start to spoil you, people start to destroy you, and people has start to try a peak level of negativity into your mind. And that was happened to me as well. And at one level, I have that decided that if I am becoming a doctor, so if I am a doctor, so is it important, or is it necessary that I am a doctor and I am related to the medical field, so I just only treat to the patients, I just only go for OPD, and I just only go for the clinic? Why? Is there anything written, or is there anything that I have to take the oath that I will become a doctor, so I will only do the OPD and the clinics? No. So that at that point, I have decided that I should move on and I should do something different, something unique, which not every doctor can do. So from that, I started giving the lectures to in my own university, MBBS to the students. And then how it started, then how I become a lecturer, then it goes and goes on.
And you
By the
as
way, I love to teach from my childhood as well. When I passed my 10th standard and when I was researching on the stone, so at that position I also teach in a small elementary school as well, because I love to teach. I always love to spread my knowledge as much as I can. So that's why how I became an educator.
Yes, because I'm listening you and thinking about that. Like a doctor, you are oriented to your patients. Like a educator, you are to your students. But and each one is also for me a big relation, because being a educator and being a doctor, that is a call. That is a call, and you are doing that because you are doing that with your heart, and that is your call. So I think that are very similar. That two professions are very similar, because today everyone cannot be a great educator and also not a great doctor. Dr. Huma, you are really very, very inspiring. I can listen you all that time. But let me ask you something more. Uh, for young youth and generation, how can you give them the tips, tricks to become a researcher? That is very important. Tips and
Yeah,
tricks.
this
And I'm
is really,
sure you
really.
have so many tips and tricks to give us, also to us, and not only students.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nada. This is really a wonderful question, actually. And I am delivering my tips and tricks on the daily basis to the hundreds of students as well. And rather than giving the tips and tricks and advices, I would like to start from the thing which is at the high scope. Because the youth generation, the youth and young generation wants to earn money today. They have very complicated, today's generation is very, very complicated. They want to become a leader, they want to become a boss, but they also want to earn thousands of dollars as well. They don't want to work harder and harder, but they want to become a leader, and they want to pursue their life in a very good way, but they do not want to work harder and harder in their life. To do so, the best tip and trick is start researching. Start researching. This is the very good message to all the youngsters, that please start researching from your home. Please don't go here and there, and please don't invest thousands and hundreds of dollars for enrolling yourself in a research institute. And this is a good thing if you are really, really interested to become an academic researcher or a scientific researcher. You can go for it, you can go for the courses, you can go for the diplomas. but please try to enhance your ability inside your soul. Just for example, just take an example of myself. When I was in 10th standard, I even didn't think that I will be became a neurological researcher. Only because of all the credit goes to a single stone who made me the researcher that I started learning of it. So if you have another one thing I want to share, that nowadays students are taking very much interest in cultural awareness. I am receiving several messages throughout the day from the students. Like recently, yesterday, Christmas was held. The whole world was celebrating, is still celebrating the Christmas. But on the other side, many of the religious experts and many of the religious person don't know about the Christmas. They don't know that what was the history of Christmas, why the Christians celebrate the Christmas. It's just an example I am giving you. So the students, the young generation is now getting interest in all these histories. They are now taking interest that, okay, what was the background? Why they are celebrating Christmas? Why they are celebrating Easter? What was the background? And when you are talking about the background, it's mean that you are researching on the thing that what had happened, how had happened, what is going to be happened, and what will be the implementation on all these things. So I think that if the young and youth generation started researching on any of the topic, whatever you have, like you are related to mechanical field, chemical field, medical field, social field, cultural field, any field. So you can start researching on them, and it will also help you out to earn money, because in the coming year, and you can see in the future, it has already been decided that the many of the underdeveloped countries and developed countries after 2024, it will give the thousands of opportunities to the young researchers to come and develop their skills, to start the research institutes. And you will see that the online research institutes will come up with a good power and with the paid production. So I think that it will give you to it will help you out to earn money, as well as to become a researcher, as well as to become the leader as well. Three in one.
I like it. Great. Yes, I'm listening you and thinking about this, and as you said, this culture awareness. Yesterday, I was so happy because so many greeting cards, so many messages from all friends around the globe. And I'm thinking about that. See how we are respecting each other, the culture, the faith. And I don't care that Professor Huma is coming from the Pakistan, me from Croatia. We are all the same, and we respect each other's holidays, sand days, and that is something that is a united world. I can say that is a united world, and yes, our young students and needs to know about that, and they need to be like us, and and they can do that researching, because if you research something about the Christmas, about Easter, or anything of other culture, that is a big movement, and that is really great. And I'm sure, and I'm an optimist of this future generations, and I'm sure that the world will be more better in the further years, and research will help them a lot to do that and to get them united with other students, because you see, Europe, Asia, all continents, all students today can make one click and be together. And this institutes, research institutes, will help them really a lot, as you say, Dr. Huma. Dr. Huma, let's go further. I have an amazing guest, a so clever, smart, and humane guest. Professor Huma, you are a great, you are very professional in everything you are doing. So please, can you help? our audience and all of us, how can you manage your professionalism with other tasks, and what is your current research interest? How are you managing your professionalism? Because you are a leader, I said, you are educator, researcher, you have so many tasks. Your day is 24 hours. I know you are not resting no minute.
Yeah,
Your
actually,
big smile confirm my statement.
yeah, actually, Nada, the thing is that we are the Asians. We live in the Asia continent, and I belong to the Pakistan. It's a continent where we have to forget ourselves for our families. We have some sort of culture, especially for women, that women have to invest her health, her time, everything women has to invest for his family and for his children's and for her every relation. So my story regarding this and the question that how can I manage is totally different and unique. But I am fulfilling this duty in a very simple form, in a very simple form. And I can also show you the simple thing which everyone can understand and everyone can see that how can I manage. So the answer is that I can manage through this: a diary, page, page, diary.
and you
Please don't.
see, Nada also always have it behind myself because
Yeah,
no
this
way
this
other.
is the this is the actual power, and this is the actual quality of a leader. So Nada is also the outstanding leader in the virtual world as well, and in her university. So she has also the diary. So this is my actually virtual diary. I always kept in my bag so that I can just open up and see what is happening, what is going to be happening, and where should I go, and all these things. So unfortunately, unfortunately, we forget this diary. Actually, we forget these pages. All the diary is now become a Google diary. All the calendar is now has become the Google calendar. And whatever the festival we are going to celebrate, whatever the event we are going to celebrate, everything is available in our mobile. So when everything we have in our mobile and everything is now digitalized and we have already done everything globalized, so what the diary has the work to do for us. So I am only managing my time by writing all the things to my diary. And as a mental health trainer, I will give you the advice that a human body has thousands and billions of neurons running inside your body. And when you are talking about your mental health, it's mean that you are talking about your health, because physical health is important. Obviously, physical health is very important, but mental health is very important rather than your physical health. And remember, when you write something with the help of a pen or pencil, so you are not writing just only on the page, you are writing in your mind. Keep remember this thing, you are writing in your mind. And our mind, our brain has a biological clock. Just remember, if you are working and if you are going somewhere, so you have set the biological clock in your body. That biological clock help you out to get up at that time. Like I even don't set the alarm. Sometimes I forget to set the alarm, but my biological clock reminds my mind that, okay, Huma, you have to wake up at 4 a.m. because you have to go over there. So it's mean that when we manage the time, when we manage our professionalism, when we manage our each and everything in the diary, it's mean that we are managing everything in our brain, in our mind. And remember that if you are managing everything into your mobile, that it's mean that it's managing only in the mobile. If you can see on the mobile, that it will help you out. If you forget to see in the mobile, it will not help you.
I agree. I agree, Dr. Huma, with you because when we are writing, we are also remembering that. And I will never forget no nothing if I put it in my diary, in my notice, and but if I put it on the laptop or somewhere, it is so many data, so many things. I'm sure that then I will not be, I'm not sure that I will make that. But I know that we are very responsible. So we are thinking every day, what now? What after this? What we need to do? So this is the best way. This is really the best way to get. But we come to writing. Professor Dr. Huma, you are a great author. You have so many awards. You have so many publications. So please, can you tell us something about your writing? Writing your books, writing in the journals, articles. I know that you have so many great works.
Yeah, actually, the writing skills had started completely unplanned. What I said before, that nothing what I have done was nothing planned, was not a single thing I had planned what had happened by the grace of God. Like even I started writing in the COVID when the whole world was completely locked down. Our country was completely locked down due to COVID in 2019-20. Maybe you have also faced the same thing because the whole world has same faced the same thing. So I started writing on that because I am little bit, not a little bit, I am more than a little bit some sort of a spiritual person. Because when I am talking about the mental health, so I love to relate mental health towards the physical health. And people was asking me, people was very actually disturbing and confused when we were doing online consultation in the COVID area. People were very confusing. People was not diagnosed with the COVID-19, but their conditions are of COVID-19 due to confusion and depression. Because the new thing has come to this world now, that okay, what is COVID, how it is happening, and through which it is spreading, and all these things. So I started writing on the name of my book is The Glim of Heart, like how you can shine your heart, how you can feel your heart as a star. Every person is a star in its own self. Like Nada, you are also the superstar of your life. I am also the superstar of my life. And we have some sort of shining stars of our life. Maybe like for me, is my family. My little son is a shining star for my life. Even obviously for you, you have someone in your life who must be your shining star of your life. So I think this must be disclosed and this must be read it out for all of us, that how can we relate our soul, our faith, physical and mental health in a one bond. So in that book, I have written all the things that how can we relate with each other, and what is the actual thing to implement, why we are here, why you are here, why we are in this universe. You know, Nada, I heard many of the people who are at very high positions, who are doing an excellent, amazing job, but still they don't know the actual reason of their life. Now just tell me, I am listening and I am talking to you continuously, last from 40 to 45 minutes, and you are listening me, you are talking to me, right? So don't you think that this is one of the greatest gift from God, that you are able to hear me and I am able to hear you, and we are able to moving our tongue. Many of the people in this universe, in this world, are unable to move. They do not have the fingers, they are deaf, they do not have the eyes to look the beautiful colors of this world. but they are living. You know why? Because they are very, very optimistic. They are very brave. So if they can be optimistic, so why we can't?
Yeah.
We have a lot of gifts, we have a lot of things in our life which God has gifted to us, but unfortunately we are not thanking to God. And maybe through this session and maybe through this research story program, we will be able, any one of the people who are listening right now can be able to go and thank to the Lord that, okay, thank you, Lord, for giving us such a beautiful gift, that even if we don't have a single penny, if we don't have a single dollar, but even we have a full body, we have five senses to work. Isn't it a beautiful gift?
Yes. It is more than a beautiful gift because today I said we need to be happy. We need to be happy with ourselves, and that is something that we are fighting all. We need to be happy. We need to be happy. We need to spread the happiness. We need to spread the optimism, as you, Professor Dr. Huma, you are doing the whole time. We are talking, and as you said, so many people today don't have an opportunity to talk, to have they and this kind of living this virtual world, we and from COVID, all people come close. They are not communicating no more. They are not opening their heart. They and what is coming from that? So many illnesses and so many things are coming because people lost that for the humanity, for friends. No time for friends. I know that today is a very, very, I can say we are all fast living, but today, this is for me relaxing. I am adoring because I'm with a great Professor Dr. Huma, my big friend, a big academician, a big researcher, an amazing doctor. So my day today I can say is fulfilled of good vibes from Dr. Huma. And yes, I'm sure that our audience, because I see Dr. Kuma, they are writing great story, very, very inspirative, and you will see the comments. You will see the comments. So, big smile, Dr. Huma. And yes, Dr. Huma said she has a son. She has an amazing son. He's so young. And from I'm monitoring him. He has so many interests. Dr. Huma, I'm sure that for 1 2 years he will go among you because you are his inspiration, motivation. He see how his mother, father, what you are doing, what your husband is doing. So amazing. I adore him also. He is so beautiful child and so smart and clever child. Dr. Huma, you need to be proud on yourself. Very, very proud. And yes, you are our inspiration today. And I really enjoy today and this. I know we can talk till tomorrow, but we will have so many sessions because we didn't touch with today. We are only in this part of research, but our Dr. Huma is fighting for the woman's right, fighting for the human's right, fighting for the well-being. And I can say so in so many fields. And I can say there is no field where Professor Dr. Huma isn't active. Am I right, Professor Dr. Huma?
Yeah, you are totally right, Nada. And you know what? We always, a good person always believes that the action says louder than words, you know,
Yes.
action represents louder than words. And
And we
when
see
you have told,
actions, so many actions, always, always.
yeah, actually, you have just talked related to my son, and my son is over here. That
Yes,
who
and
is talking
please,
about
Dr.
me?
Kuma, please, can he come and say hello to us? Please, I love him. Please. Hi,
Say
hi. You are most
hello.
welcome. Please tell us something.
Say hi, how are you? Say, जोर से बोलो.
Okay, okay, next
Actually,
time, but we are happy to see you.
hi करें, hi बोलो.
Great, great.
चले जाओ मैं. So
Uh,
actually, you were talking about him, na? So he is here, that mama who is talking about me. So anyhow, the thing is that I am just take him out from the social media, because unfortunately we have so much negativities as well, when we
yes,
have
I
some sort of
understand. I
positivities.
understand.
Yeah. So throw a little bit time, but you know what I have done successful in my life, that my child is of only 5 years. But in the age of 5 years now, he is able to differentiate between good and bad. Now he has a very keen interest to researching. When he go to the school, he always started, and teacher was telling me in the meeting, by the way, that your son will become a researcher. You know why? I was like, really? How can you predict it, that my son will become a researcher? So the teacher said that because he always wanted to investigate everything, that why we can produce C as a ka, why we are doing D as a DAO, so why we can create phonics, who create the phonics, who was the person who create this sound. So I was like, okay, that was a so investigating thing, that when we can so see the D for dog and sounds produced like a da. So it was like a very very good thing, and it's really sounds very peaceful thing when someone is following you, someone is admiring you, and your students are getting better day by day. And it's a very good thing for me as well, that my students are Nada, most of the students are even in this afternoon, some of the students, one of my student was telling me, ma'am, why you are holding this diary into your hand? You have your tablet, you have your mobile, laptop, and still you have the time to write. So I told her that yes, I have the time, and I take the time to write. You know why? Because it's for me, it's for my
Yes.
mentality, it's for my mindset. So I have to write it always.
I think that you have a big clap from me and from all our audience. Dr. Huma, today, unfortunately, we need to have Dr. Ismail Sharif with you from Egypt. He's an amazing researcher, also science academician, but he will join us maybe tomorrow or day after with other speakers, because today he has an emergency. He apologized. He was very happy to be here with us today, but emergency is an emergency, and tomorrow we will, I think tomorrow or a day after, or if he can join maybe in January. But I want to say you were today an amazing guest. I really like your speak, I like your story. Your storytelling is a research, and your research is really a storytelling, and our lives are really filled with storytelling. You say how you started from a stone. This is amazing. And yes, you have, and you told us a very, very special story. So we will continue. I want to thank you. I want to thanks to our great Sir Piyush Pandit for giving us this opportunity, for giving us this great platform, for giving us the research center, for all what he is doing for the education and for our youth. Tomorrow we have another guest. Please be with us tomorrow. Join us. Dr. Puma, one message for the end, please, for our researchers, for our audience. You already give a message, your beautiful smile. Your beautiful smile is already an amazing message.
Yeah, Thank you so much, Nada. And today you really recall each and everything, the most important and precious points of my life. And I am so humble today to remember all those points of my life through the platform of IIU, because IIU always provides you the thing to spread out across the globe, like IIU Research Center, IIU Training Institute as well, in which hundreds and thousands of listeners are learning the new experience of their life on the daily basis. And the different programs are holding. And Nada, you are totally and amazing. I watch you on the daily basis. And even, last from the month, I was very quite busy in my exams,
Yes,
MBBS
yes, I
students, and all
know.
these things. So I was really missing you, that I was attending some of the programs and Nada was not there. So why Nada was not there? Because we are just like a family. We work together, and whenever we go, and I found okay, Nada Ratkovid is present over here. So I was really missing you because I was busy and I didn't attend the conferences and program last month. But yes, the message as an mental health trainer, as a researcher, and on the top of as a human being is that after listening to my story, everyone, after listening to my story, please do have a charm with yourself. Just go and first of all, just go and just lie on the bed and thank to the God whatever you have and whatsoever not you have. Just thank to the God at the first priority. The second thing, that if I always believe in the lines that if I will, then you will. I can, you can. I do, you do. So if what had happened to my life and what has given the success in my life as a researcher, and if you really wanted to become a researcher in your life, or whatsoever, if you really wanted to become a good human being in your life, so it is a very optimum thing to believe in yourself and start from any point. Just if you don't have anything, so don't go here and there and don't get confused. Just start from your home. Just start teaching your kids, just start teaching your books regarding studying anything, anything. If you don't have anything, even if you have a motorbike or a bicycle, start researching on that. That who make the wheels, how can you make the motor, what will be the procedure if you rebuild all these things, so the message is that every person has the ability to prove, to develop, to organize, to create, to plan their own personality, like me and Nada. So you will be also able to create your own life. So thank you so very much for
Thank
today's
you.
session.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Huma. Thank you for this amazing session. And yes, we will coming soon with new sessions, and I know you will be again with me here on this IIU stage. And thank you so much to
Thank
our
you.
audience. Thank you for being with us. Till tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.